Hello and welcome to our first ever English video. I mean, we have been doing this channel on a Tamil video in Match Pathing Boss, and due to increased sort of request from our fans, kind of we're doing this now in English. I'm joined by Ram, in terms of looking ahead. We're talking about all things cricket here, and our focus right now. The first one starting tomorrow is the world's best T20 League tournament and the IPL, starting with RCB and Mumbai Indians, the first one. Ram, how do you see this IPL T20 panning out this year?
Hello, Srini. Hello, friends. Yes, welcome, Srini. And yes, IPL 2021, much awaited, actually. I mean, 6 months ago, we had IPL 2020. Due to COVID, we weren't sure whether it was going to go ahead or not. But, of course, IPL is, like you said, it's a world's T20 league, leading T20 league. And people were awaiting for that. So that happened in UAE. So this year, now, this is going to take place in India. So much awaited game, and especially tomorrow's game. It's a power pack game between Mumbai Indians and RCB. Mumbai Indians, we all know, they are the champions and they've won it 5 times. None of the team have won it 5 times. And of course, Mumbai Indians will be looking to do achieve a hat trick, which is again a history. None of the team have done it. But I have a strong feeling RCB would probably be the team who would give a good fight for this Mumbai Indians power packed lineup. So I'm absolutely eagerly waiting to watch the season and also tomorrow's match.
Yeah, looking forward to Glenn Maxwell starting in RCB tomorrow. I mean, it's an interesting thing. None of the teams are playing well, everybody's lost their home advantage, even though it's being played in India, but everybody's lost their home advantage, Mumbai and RCB, and they are playing in Chennai, whereas the other guys, the day after, I think it's CSK are playing DC in Mumbai. So yeah, nobody has an home advantage, although I wouldn't put it past Mumbai, given the fact that they still won it in Dubai. I wouldn't put it past them to say they can still do the hat trick that you were talking about.
Yeah, absolutely, Srini. So like you said, home advantage. I think if you take a look at 2020, none of the team had home advantage because the tournament itself took place in UAE. And Mumbai Indians showed how to play, away from home as well. So, like you say, I think Mumbai Indians is probably the team up in the cards to win it again and make it a hat trick. But I strongly feel because of this, I think what IPL have done it in this season is they've split 8 teams into 2 different teams, Team A and Team B. So Team A, I think they've got Mumbai Indians, Royal Challengers Bangalore, Sunrisers Hyderabad, and Kolkata Knight Riders. They are playing in Chennai. And then if you look at Team B, Chennai, Delhi, and Sunrisers and Punjab Kings.
Yeah, Punjab
Chennai,
Kings,
Delhi,
Rajasthan,
and Rajasthan
Delhi,
Royals.
Chennai.
The 4 teams are playing in Mumbai. So if you look at Mumbai Indians lineup, if you ask me, Mumbai Indians lineup, they're all very good players of pace bowling. And Chennai is a track where, predominantly it's a spin and slow track. So that's where I have a strong feeling Mumbai Indians this season might struggle. But whereas if you look at RCB, why I'm going with RCB as a team which would give a really good tough for this team is because there's a lot of pressure on Virat Kohli. Every season, there's a high hopes on this team, RCB, and they're yet to deliver. And this year, I think it's the year where Virat Kohli will definitely step in. And I'm looking forward to RCB winning this season because, if you think in the other way, Mumbai Indians keep winning the tournament, then the tournament would not have that kind of X factor effect because which is IPL known for. And I think RCB will prove that. And then I think RCB will be the team who will definitely give a good fight to Mumbai Indians. Yeah. And also, I'm born and brought up from Bangalore, so Isala Cup number there, and my support is definitely to RCB.
Yeah, okay. I mean that's interesting. I think, and that said, Maxwell's been doing the rounds in IPL. He's played for a number of teams, so yeah. Hopefully, he finds his home in IPL and in RCB and kind of brings good luck for them. Let's see. For me, I think. It'll be an interesting year for CSK as well. I suspect this will be Dhoni's last season. I know they've said they'll probably return next year, but I can't see him like just playing from one IPL to another IPL sort of thing. So with the return of Suresh Raina back, he was missing from the IPL last year. I think he's back this year. We've got obviously Moeen Ali, the new addition, and we've already seen what Sankaran did in that India England
Mm.
at the end. So taking all that kind of into a mix of youth and experience under Dhoni, it'd be interesting. I mean, the first game for CSK, which is kind of like um, Dhoni versus Rishabh Pant, the past and the present or the future of Indian cricket, in terms of wicket keeping. It'll be an interesting captaincy. Rishabh Pant taking over captaincy of Delhi,
Yeah.
Shreyas Iyer's absence. So that will be an interesting battle to see how the different captaincy styles of the two wicket keepers come together.
So basically, if you look at this weekend's match, starting from tomorrow, Srini, Mumbai, Royal Challengers Bangalore, Chennai Super Kings, and Delhi, the top four, if you ask me,
Yeah.
if you ask me to predict early, these four teams would be my predicted team to make it for playoffs. And they are playing this weekend, Friday and Saturday. And then Sunday, I think we have Sunrisers Hyderabad and Kolkata Knight Riders. So Sunrisers Hyderabad have made it 5 times to playoff. They're consistent in terms of how they get to the playoff, but I don't think they have the X factor to make it to the semis or to the final this time. Kolkata, again, saying that, they've got like really good team, and they've always had good team. But again, Owen Morgan is there, so he might pull out his magic. You never know. But I still feel like Kolkata Knight Riders hasn't got that, X factor effect. Because although they have Andre Russell, they always say Andre Russell is going to deliver big, huge. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case last season. But I'm not sure with them as well. And Rajasthan Royals, I mean, they've got a really good team, but not so much as compared to Mumbai or Chennai or Delhi or what we said, Royal Challengers Bangalore.
Yeah.
So if you ask me in terms of prediction, I would go with these 4 teams: Mumbai Indians, Royal Challengers Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi Capitals, who will definitely make it for the playoff. And you mentioned about Chennai Super Kings and Dhoni. Yes, very interesting point, because Dhoni and Stephen Fleming combination, it's like, it's a deadly combination. They are really good mind game players, and their strategy this year has been really different and very interesting by buying Moeen Ali. Nobody expected Chennai to buy Moeen Ali, but of course there might be an underlying reason why Dhoni and Stephen Fleming have gone with Moeen Ali. So it won't be surprising if Chennai Super Kings again will be in the finals like they always do, except last year. So yeah, it's going to be really, really different tournament and very, very interesting tournament this year.
Yeah, as you say, it's going to be and one thing we haven't mentioned so far is the World T20 that's coming up later in the year in India, and not just for the Indian kind of hopefuls to make it to the Indian team, but also all of the other international foreign players who play, they'll all also have an eye on that, in terms of both their preparation and kind of showing to their teams as well, why they need to be in the team, and that will be another focus. I mean, you talked about on Morgan, he's probably going to pick as much as he can from this, in terms of bringing England's white ball team later on for the T20. So I think there's probably a lot of international captains who are probably playing, and they will all be having an eye, whether it's a Kane Williamson and all the others as well, looking forward to pick up what they can and have an eye out of on the international T20.
Yeah, absolutely. If you say in a nutshell, this IPL 2021 would be like a shortlisting tournament for every single international teams. England, India, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, because there are players from every corner of the world except Pakistan. But I think it's going to be a really, really good tournament, because every individual player wants to perform, and they want to show to their home team that they are in form and they should be in the T20 World Cup. So friends, you've obviously heard us, and this is what we will be discussing in this channel. Thank you so much for watching, and keep watching for more interesting videos, and please leave your comment and subscribe to our channel.